Well, catching up here, Akasan and DC-san. We are back in Japan. Both of us new hairstyles. How are you doing? Yeah, good to see you again, man. Like,
it's been a while.
It has been a while. When did you come back to Japan?
The 15th.
On the 15th, okay.
And
so I came back on the 14th, I think. Yeah, no, the 13th.
A day or two before me.
Yeah,
like it didn't feel like it because as soon as I came back, I was in the studio working.
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
stuff.
That's exactly what it like. The moment I came back, the next day I had classes book to book, back to back, and jet lag was a bitch.
Yeah,
like,
still suffering from jet lag.
Oh yeah.
Around 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm like.
That's why you came by earlier today. It's like, okay, Akasan, time to work, time to get something to get, time to go.
8:30, 9 o'clock, man. I don't know what it is. It's just like someone comes up and goes, switch off. And then
at night, right?
Yeah,
I have the same
9:30,
problem,
10
yeah.
o'clock, and
yeah,
wide awake, and then I won't go to sleep until 4. I'm like, it sucks, but it's great because that means that's a lot of TV I get to catch up on.
That's I had the same problem, like, and this also happened when I was in Los Angeles. So it's like right around 4 o'clock or 4 p.m. or so, I just like would hit some sort of wall, and I couldn't get out of it until like 9 o'clock at night again. I had to get back into it again. And it was really frustrating. So
that's my usual feeling when I get back to LA or San Diego, like during the time for the con. The first couple of days, I'm like dead. So I usually get there about a week to 10 days before the con starts for any meetings or whatever I need to do and helping out to build the booths or whatever. So those
we should tell people
jet lag things.
What the hell were we doing actually in LA?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knows what the hell.
Well, both of us actually got the chance to go to Bang Zoom Studios, which is great. Thank you very much, Bang Zoom.
Thank you very much.
And,
Mommy, I
see
appreciate it. See you soon as well.
Yeah. Fantastic experience.
It was,
It was really nice.
Bang Zoom Studios is, they do a lot of ADR. What is ADR? Audio
digital recording.
There you go. Basically, they're the ones that clean up all the audio for all the TV shows that you watch, and they did
like Supergirl, Flash,
Legends of the Tomorrow. I actually saw when I went. I met a guy that his name slips me right now, but he actually works on Legends of Tomorrow right now, and he showed me some of the really detailed stuff that they do. Like he's like, okay, you see this? Well, when they filmed it originally, there was a fan going on in the background, or like a garage music. So I did it, and now it's gone. And he played it again. I'm like, damn. So
yeah, they do some really great work there. The only show that they don't do there, and I hope they get it soon, is Arrow. Arrow's the only one out of that group that they don't
do it in Canada, right? Yeah.
It's like, why? And she's like, I really don't know, but I wish they'd bring it. I do too, just because they have done some great work on a lot of shows.
It is kind of cool. Like, I don't know if you saw it, but they showed the studio where they actually do the Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. Where
it's actually my video because it's got the characters.
Oh, so you saw the little toys right there. Yeah. So, and then what's really cool about these studios is there's actually, you'll have the TV screen, and then you'll have the kind of like, I call it looks like Starfleet or something like that, or like the
control panel.
The control panel. So you'll have all the work right there, but then in the back will be these like nice luxury seats. With that all the executives, they sit and they watch, and they're like, okay, do that one more time like that. And I would love to be in one of those sessions just to see how it goes down.
It's pretty cool. I mean, they do, depending on the show or the program here, they have pretty much the same kind of setup. The seats aren't as plush as they are in the States, I will say that. The ones in the States are a bit more comfortable. Sorry. But the setup is rough about the same. You get the exec sitting behind you, and it's like, moikai ii desu ka? Nanka. And then they go, and it's like, can you change this or tweak that? And it's interesting to see the techs doing this. Even in the commercials that we do here, there's tons of stuff that happen. It's like, I could do a commercial, and they'll say, we need you to come back to do some extra ADR, and it'll be completely different.
Yes.
And they're spot on. It's fantastic. So
it's
much respect to all you techs out there.
And what I thought was interesting, because it was not just TVs shows, but it was cartoons,
movies, feature films,
and animes and things like that. And I guess maybe I can't mention it, but they're also diving into worlds of YouTube now. Which is probably how my name got brought up when you went there first.
Yeah, because when I got there, I was like, hey, I have a friend that's going to be coming over that I really want to introduce you to, but he'll be, his plan and my plan are going to overlap. Yeah. So I'm going to give you his information because you really do need to meet him.
I appreciate that, sir. Yeah.
And I gave him your YouTube channel also.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Little plugs.
Thank you so much. And that was a interesting thing because that was the first time for me. I never realized how much this channel has had an influence in the States. Even though I know the majority, 50% of the people that watch are from the States, 25% are from Australia, and then the rest is just like scattered around. So I didn't realize what a big difference things have been in the last 3 years until I went back to LA, and every day someone recognized me, and someone they wouldn't always know my name, but they would just look at me and be like, YouTube? Are you on YouTube? Like that.
Yeah.
Disneyland, like 3 different people came up to me, and it was really crazy to see how big that's come. But in return, when I came back to Japan, I was interviewed by a really popular TV show, and then I passed your information about your YouTube channel. So make sure you guys subscribe to DC Sun as well. What else what else did we do? You went to Comic-Con.
Yeah, I went to Comic-Con, had a mixed trip. It was fantastic on one hand, and then just like the horrible thing is I had my iPad and a couple other things that had all my data and stuff backed up on, and I had some serious technical difficulties. So I've been trying to get back as much data as I can, and a lot of it's gone, and it hurts because it was a lot of work. And but it was a good learning experience.
Yeah, this is your backup.
Yeah,
always got a backup.
And it's funny because I usually have backups of backups, and it's the one time I didn't bring my extra backup. Just like I need to save some space, and I won't do that again.
I almost had a very similar problem with I bought a new camera while I was out there, the Zoom camera.
I caught that.
And so, but unfortunately, and I have Amazon Prime, but I ordered at my friend's place I was staying. I learned a really big thing about this real big difference about Japan service and American service of like, I put my number. And in my new Akasan shirts, I ordered with the Aka, So for Suicide Squad,
kanji.
Yeah, for no, not even the kanji, the kind of WB parody shirt now.
Oh,
black. I'll find it.
M or L, どっちでも大丈夫.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I don't even have your size.
I want one in a medium or a large.
Yeah, no, I don't. They're expensive. Yeah. So, but my mom sent it, overnighted it to me and everything, and it didn't arrive in time because even though they wrote my name down, they wrote my number down, they didn't have the apartment address of the place I was staying at, so they were gonna send it back, and I was like, God damn, typical American shit. Like, I'm like, dude, the number is like right there. Like,
here too.
Why didn't you just call? So it took a long time, and then finally, I can't find it, but I did find Walking Dead T-shirts.
I know. How cool is that?
Was invited to Skybound.
Yeah, so it's like, so why The Walking Dead? What happened? What'd you do?
What did I do?
Where'd you go?
Well, The Walking Dead's been a big fan of my reactions and such, and so
same here.
Yeah, thank you. And so they wanted to, we've talked many times, like there's certain shows they wanted me to react to, and so on and so forth. And I just happened to drop that I was coming to LA, and they're like, hey, why don't you just come by the studio? We'll mic you up, we'll film some sort of like show or something, and we'll show you around the studio. And then they just hooked me up with like a bunch of swag, like such.
This guy.
Swag. This was
awesome.
This was the scariest shit to try to get through customs because I had
just a toy. No?
I had to go through 3 different countries, and every time customs officers really looked at this, and they brought like the manager over, especially in Taiwan. I thought maybe it wasn't gonna pass because they were getting really close to like 3 people came over and they were like, Like, but they were just like, okay, here you go. And I was like, oh my god, thank God, because I didn't know if I could even ship it.
Lightsabers, they won't let you. Dude, lightsabers is so frustrating. The very first con I went to, 2010, was coming back, and I had a couple of lightsabers. One in particular, I had the Anakin lightsaber that changes from red to blue. So because I was getting on the airplane, I broke it down just so it'd be easier to carry. Took it out, so basically just had the hilt, and took the batteries out, and went to go through customs, and the people from Konami are there, or Koji Pro, which was with Konami at the time. They're standing there. It's like, Dante, what's up? It's like, I don't know. They're stopping me. It's like, why? And it's like they're checking the hilt of my lightsaber. And they start laughing. It's like, what? Do they think you're gonna, take out some Sith on the airplane? It's like,
use the Force.
So they were like, okay, we'll wait just past the gate. All right. So I'm waiting. Guy comes. Yeah, it looks like a weapon. It's like, you're joking. It's the hilt to a lightsaber. The batteries are taking. He's like, yeah, it's kind of heavy. I was like, okay. And then the guy that was traveling with us, standing next to me, had a massive flashlight. When I say massive flashlight, I'm not over exaggerating. Much heavier than mine. Oh yeah, you can go ahead. What's the difference?
Right.
And it was metal.
Right.
I was like, come on, seriously?
Right.
So it's like, you're gonna have to check it or ship it. It's like, I don't want to check it because I'm afraid it'll get stolen out my luggage. I'm one of those people that doesn't like checking their luggage, so I try to travel as light as possible. I've had bags misplaced, damaged,
really,
lost, items missing, so that's why I don't like checking stuff.
That's great. I've never, in all my travels, I've never had
wood, please.
Yeah, glass. There's wood, plastic, Lucille.
Plywood will work.
Lucille.
So I'm hesitant about doing it. I'll do it if I have to, but I'm hesitant about doing it. Kid you not. I packed it in the suitcase. My suitcase gets sent to Atlanta. We're flying direct back to Tokyo. Why my suitcase ends up in Atlanta, I don't know. It takes 10 days before I get it back. And when I get it back, my suitcase, the corners of it, I'm not promoting. Well, yeah, that's good. The suitcase, the corners, completely dented, had cracks in it, all kinds of stuff. I had a few things missing. I was like, this is just not good. It did keep this lightsaber though. Man, just like, it was more trouble than it was worth.
The one time I think I did have to check, which was obvious, was my WWE belt.
The one up there?
Yeah, I brought this back home.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
But obviously, metal, so I had to check this one in. But everybody was a fan of it. Like, yeah, this was no problem. Like, just immigration, they were just like, yeah, can you just check this in? I'm like, yeah, no problem, and I got it back, no problem. So
yeah, The Rock is the best champion.
Yeah. The Rock, The Rock, the people's champ, right? So, what?
No, it's just like Triple H.
No, oh, I get it, but I mean, this is what I identify with the game. That's what I was actually thinking. What my hair reminded me of now, it's like it kind of reminds me of like the game, like the way when he gets ready for battle, when he used to have hair. So
yeah, like in Blade 3.
Ah, there you go, Blade 3. I've been keeping up with while we were gone. I've been keeping up with all the controversies and like the Mary Jane thing.
Oh, don't get me started on that one. This will probably upset some people.
In short, what do you think about that?
I don't care about the casting.
Okay.
If the actor can do the job, who cares? Constantly getting the same old thing, repetition, it's not interesting anymore.
True. Because we've had a Mary Jane already.
Yeah, we've had a Mary Jane. We've had a Gwen Stacy. Okay, we're reinventing Spider-Man, so to speak.
We've had white Mary Jane already, so we've had Kristen Dunst. So that's what.
Now it's like what, an alternate universe Mary Jane. I'm
which
okay
is fine
with it. It doesn't bother me at all.
There's been different iterations of
each
Spider-Man being told many different times. So I didn't think it was a big deal. And like I was saying, somebody got mad though, but everybody, you can't please anybody here. But like I was saying, people were like freaking out, like they cast Aunt Jemima or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's
a lot of negative feedback, and that's going to happen. And the way I'm looking at it is that negative feedback is because someone cares. They're being nasty, but they care, and that's good because they're still going to go to the movie theater and spend that money.
Yeah.
So if they don't
Well,
want
I remember when Jamie Foxx was cast as Electro.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
man.
Yeah.
Or Idris Elba in Thor. People, I kid you not,
I
read
remember
articles about, we're going to boycott. And it's like, in my opinion, if you're going to boycott, boycott.
Right.
You know, let the rest of us enjoy it.
Right. Which is
better.
Even more odd, I think, with in terms of because nowadays they want him as Bond. Like
I want him as Bond.
Yeah.
Just because I think he'd do a good job as an actor. If you don't know the show Luther, check it out because it's really good. I love the way he portrays that character. And him playing Bond, I just think it'd be perfect. Why not?
Yeah. And overall, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's Mary Jane. It's not that significant of a character that her race in the comics defines what the character she is.
What defines her is her connection and her emotion to Peter Parker.
Correct.
Doesn't matter where in time it is. That's what's most important.
When D.B. Sweeney was cast as
in Spawn.
Right.
Yeah, people were really upset. It's like, why? Why is he playing that character? Because basically he's Chapel.
No. Not that one. D.B. Sweeney was cast as Al Simmons' best friend.
Yeah.
That's Chapel.
If you read the comic books, that's who becomes Chapel. Remember, Chapel's the one with the skull painted on his face.
No. I know who Chapel is.
When they had the issues with rights with Rob Liefeld, that's when they changed it. But originally, that's who it is. That's the big reveal in the comic book.
No.
Because issue 13 is when Spawn goes and basically burns the flesh off his face and he's permanently scarred.
But the person who married Wanda
was his best friend.
Terry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
That's who D.B. Sweeney played.
Who is Chapel? Go back and read.
No, it's not Chapel.
If it's not, I'll make an official apology.
Alright, okay, go ahead.
But
what else did you do?
A lot of people complain about it. But I
now.
didn't have an issue with it mainly because I thought, well, they're looking at a person that is interested in playing the character. Because that's, as an actor, we look at, okay, how interesting is the character in the script? And then what is it that I can do for this character or change it to give my spin on it? Right. It's like Jared Leto playing Joker. That's why he did something completely different from everybody else. He wanted to make it his.
Well, I know we're going to talk about that one a bit, but overall, how did you feel about Suicide Squad?
I love it.
Do you think?
I love it.
Well, that's.
I love it.
That's no surprise.
It's no surprise.
Mr. DC's son. So
no, but I love it because it's like an 80s or 90s action movie. It's super simple. What is there to complain about? You have the introduction to your main characters, your introduction to your big bad,
right?
And then you go from point A to point B. That's it. Simple. And it's the simplest way to be like, okay, here are your characters, here's a story. Now we've got that out the way. Here's a little Easter egg for the second installment. And I'm like, bring it on.
Do you feel like it deserves the criticism that it got? For being all over the place. And,
no, it doesn't. It's getting the criticism because you actually have people say it's too simple. The story's too simple to understand. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you get The Matrix, you complain it's too complicated. Make up your minds. As a fan, I'm like this. I enjoyed looking at characters that I've been following in comic books from childhood, even adulthood, and their spins on it, including Will Smith playing Deadshot. No, he's not your typical white American male. That's fine. I don't care. Harley Quinn, the version that she portrayed in this, I thought was amazing. She's just fine. But anyways,
I didn't like her accent though. How it was going in and out. I was just like, ooh.
Didn't bother me. Didn't bother me. It didn't bother me because I was too focused on looking in the background, looking for Easter eggs and stuff like that. Because I do that.
How many times did you see it, by the way? 3 times?
3.
Yeah, I saw it twice.
And I'm waiting to see it again.
Of course we're seeing it.
We have to see it together because we wanted to do that. And again, a movie we wanted to see together ended up seeing it at different times, like Man of Steel.
Yeah.
We got to work on our coordination.
I think so. Yeah.
It's gonna. I think it's a good movie because it's simple. It's easy to understand, and I think it'll work well here in Japan because if it's a simple story, what's there to complain about?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean,
do I have gripes about the movie? I have a few small things.
Right,
that
but
like,
what I will argue is, and that's why I'm very curious to see how Japan's going to adapt to Suicide Squad.
That's September 10th, by the way, for anyone here. That'll be tied into the Batman 100% promotion and art exhibition by Hot Toys. Roppongi Ichome.
Plug!
Huge.
Are you making an appearance there?
Yes, I am making an appearance, and I have some original artwork on a Batman character that made there. So definitely check it out.
What I was going to say was that's why I'm very curious to see how Japan's going to adapt to it, because I've noticed that the Japanese audience sometimes give they're less critical about Hollywood movies, because the same way we are sometimes about anime is we'll just kind of watch it and be like, well, it's coming from another place, so maybe I can't fully relate to it, but I still liked it because it was flashy.
Right.
And the thing I felt, the problem with Suicide Squad, for me, I was fine with it, but I also felt that you needed to have a goddamn degree in comicsology in order to not miss any beats. Like, there were this, for example, all the characters were like, it's like us getting Civil War, almost Civil War or Avengers 2, without all the background information and each individual character. So it was missing, if you're a non-comic book fan, it was sort of missing that sort of structure of like, oh shit, they're all together type of deal. Suicide Squad doesn't need to be like that, but the problem with Suicide Squad is the fact that it was just like, flash, 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 here's a character, here's the bio, read up quickly, be part of this character, now be part of this team. You and I subconsciously fill in the blanks with that. And another big example, which is I think the main reason Suicide Squad is getting attacked by fans, is the fact that Mad Love, the story by Paul Dini, was all over in that movie. Unfortunately, nobody could tell what the fuck was going on unless you've already read Mad Love before. It's like, wait, so Harley raped Joker raped Dr. Harley? Like, they don't really know. It's all like what she was all about, why she was interviewing the Joker. I mean, it's given in exposition via Amanda Waller, but how many people can absorb all that exposition in one take? That's a lot of shit.
It's a lot of... Well, for me, I didn't have a problem with the exposition, mainly because that's how my mind works when I'm watching a movie, and especially when it's dealing with exposition. I try and focus on everything being said so I don't miss anything.
Right.
Now, does that mean that there aren't things that I don't miss? I'm pretty sure I do, and that's another reason why I like watching a movie multiple times.
Yeah.
To pick up what I don't get the first go around.
But the whole idea is the fact that you shouldn't have to watch a movie multiple times for you to sort of make a decision.
Well, that's just true, but I usually watch multiple times because I'm enjoying it and I want to see, is there some... If I enjoyed it enough, it's like, okay, as an actor, I respect what's been done from start to finish and the product that they've made. And then as a consumer, it's like, okay, this is what I've been given, I enjoyed it, I want to see it again. And a lot of it is also because I'm on this side. Right. So I don't have the opportunity to watch it when it comes out at the same time, unless it's like a preview that I'm invited to by the studio or something.
Well, you do make a good point. Is the first time I watched it, I liked the movie. I was enough for me to stick with it and watch it again. And then the second time, when I took out my frustrations of not seeing the Joker enough in that movie, when I took that aside, I'm like, oh, this is, for what it's worth, it's pretty good. There's still, I have major gripes in the fact that they kind of changed Harley and Joker's relationship, and and that was...
It made it more of a love story?
Right, but and it made it this weird love story compared to, and that was just an editing trick. Like, from what I've been hearing, Joker actually pushed Harley out the helicopter, but they fixed it up and edited it to make it seem like he was trying to get out as well. And that was the whole reason why Harley tossed the pudding necklace. Not because she thought Joker was dead, but because that was like the deal breaker for their relationship. And then later he shows up, drops a bomb, and
breaks in.
So there was a whole different sort of concept with the story that they threw in, which kind of irks me a bit. And then the whole thing with, I heard that the whole smashing of the teeth situation happened with Batman as well. There was a whole scene that they filmed there where he's burning down, Joker is burning down Wayne Manor's place. And the whole reason he has the tattoo on his, the smile on his hand is because Batman damaged him. Yeah. So when I was reading this, I'm like, holy fucking shit, this would have been great if we saw it. However, what I will say, it would have been great if I saw it, but maybe not for the Suicide Squad movie. So that's where it takes away.
I definitely agree, because it'll take away from
the Suicide Squad. Yeah,
I like that there's a little less Batman and a little less Joker. Don't get me wrong, I like the characters. I'm not saying I don't like them, and I liked the way that he portrayed Joker this go round, because it gave this new kind of creepy tone. I, on the other hand, really enjoyed the fact that this go round Joker and Harley Quinn seem more like a couple, crazy as they may be, as opposed to Joker constantly abusing her and her being a complete idiot and always going back, which happens in the animated series.
Right.
Now, I like that because, for me, I'm looking at it as that's something to build on. And then in her movie, if they're going to go down the route of breaking the relationship, it resonates more with me. Because they've built that rapport, or started to, in this movie. And then when they have the standalone Harley, they'll have that. Because that footage is supposed to be used in that movie. Well, yeah. And I'm going to be happy about that, because that's when you see Wayne Manor get burned down.
I hope, but we are also going on a lot of hopes and dreams and suppositives. That this is the other thing.
That's what makes us fans.
Right, but if you filmed it already, it's kind of like...
Well, you filmed it already, but that doesn't mean the entire movie is filmed. Because think about...
Right.
All right.
Okay.
When we did the Deadpool movie.
Yes.
Okay, there's a lot of footage that wasn't used, right?
Right.
That happens.
Yeah.
A lot of footage doesn't get used because...
Not a lot of footage, given the fact that it was an 8-minute segment.
It doesn't mean that it was... But
we did a lot of... I get your point, is the fact that everything we did with that Deadpool skit was improv. We just kind of came up with it at that moment, and thank God Will was good enough as Deadpool to really we could feed off each other like that.
So in film, a lot of things happen. You end up filming. You have a script. Say it's 60 pages. You film everything. Then when it comes down to editing, you end up with 30 pages. Why? Because some things don't work. It changes the flow of the movie, changes the tone of a character, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So, as unfortunate as it may be to not have Joker in the movie as much as I would have liked, and many other fans, I am okay with the fact that they're saving it for a standalone. That way it focuses more on
But see,
that's
us jumping on the hopes and dreams that maybe they're doing a standalone movie.
Well, they've already said they're doing a standalone Harley.
Of Joker? Harley, yeah.
How could you have a Harley movie without Joker?
I don't know.
That's like having a Superman movie without a Lois Lane. Even a little bit.
Oh, you mean a Lois Lane movie without Superman?
Ha ha ha! No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you can have a Joker. You can have a Superman movie without Lois Lane.
Has there been one?
Probably.
Case in point.
Okay. So, if you were to compare the two, though, Assault on Arkham versus Suicide Squad,
I enjoyed Suicide Squad more.
Really?
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Attack on Arkham, or Arkham Assault.
Assault on Arkham.
Excuse me, Assault on Arkham. But I enjoyed Suicide Squad more.
What?
Soundtrack. The soundtrack fit a lot of the scenes.
Oh, it was great.
It's used in the trailer a lot. But the scene where Joker gets the information, and like, all right, Harley's being held at this black site, and he lays back, and he's surrounded by a bunch of weapons and stuff like that. If you look further out, because a lot of people
see the
focus
baby. Yeah, I saw it.
It's like,
I caught
that's
that
so
immediately.
creepy.
Yeah.
So does that mean they
Harley's
had one and
pregnant,
lost
yeah,
one?
right.
Does it mean she's pregnant? Like, what's the
I caught
what's
that
the clue
too.
there? It's like
Yeah.
that's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Because either way you look at it, they're both like nuttier than squirrel shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, but then it's things like that frustrate me so much, in the fact that like, I saw hints of the Joker hardback in that story where he's all zonked out on fucking drugs and shit. Like, and I'm like, oh my god, please dive more into this. Like, the fact that Joker needs Harley as much as Harley needs Joker type of thing.
That's what I like.
But I was like, I need more, please. Like, you can't have. But okay,
that's perfect.
But what I will say though, I think the frustrations are warranted because if you promote, look at every poster and everything. Joker is the main dude. He looks like the big bad in every poster.
He's the no. He doesn't look like the mean.
Yes,
he doesn't. He doesn't look like the big bad. He looks like. Okay, you have to remember, Joker is pretty much the most famous villain in the Batman universe. Yeah. Just because he's there doesn't mean he's the big bad.
But you can't advertise him that particular way and only have him in there for 7 minutes.
You have to, because you have to remember, from the acting and marketing standpoint, he is a staple character. It's like having a Batman movie without Batman.
Okay, so this upcoming Justice League movie, we're gonna have
Joker somewhere in there.
Well, I'm talking about
it's gotta be
Superman being promoted in every poster, whatever. But he only shows up the last 15 minutes of the movie. Would you be satisfied with that?
Yes. I would. You know why? The reason I would be satisfied, because the one thing that I've been waiting to see is the light being shined on other characters.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons why, do we really need another Batman movie? Don't get me wrong. I have no problems with Ben Affleck being Batman. And I have no problem with the character.
Oh, by the way,
I would love to
3-year anniversary on that.
Yeah, I saw your post.
3 years since Batman was announced as Batfleck, so...
Yeah. So I have no problem with the character. Don't need another origin story. I don't. They can put whatever spin they want on it. It will look fantastic. That's great, but just don't need another one. What I would prefer is having, like we're slowly starting to get, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern being done a completely different way. Like with Red Lanterns. That would be interesting instead of Sinestro all the time. A Flash, Aquaman. Having these other characters being portrayed as the heroes that they are and being put to the forefront, I think is interesting, because you have a lot of people out there that are interested in those characters, but they don't get stories. They don't get movies.
I agree.
So, would I be happy with Superman only being in 15 minutes? I'm fine. I have the Man of Steel movie to look at.
But on a business aspect, you also have to argue the fact that is the foundation strong enough for them to even carry these side movies right now? Because
yes, I think now is the perfect time to do it, because people are. You have mixed views about Batman v Superman. Or Superman, he's too dark. He's too realistic. He's too whatever.
Too realistic.
Yeah, no, really, because
people argue the fact that Batman and Superman was too realistic.
Yes, because they looked at Superman and it's like he reacts like a
normal person would
do, and it's like it's too much. It's like, okay, you can't win. Either you make him hyper realistic, or you make him too realistic, and people complain. I don't care. I'm happy either way. So I look at it like this: him being different is good because it's a completely different feel.
Right.
He's not Christopher Reeve. That's done.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, he's not the Batman from the 1990s. That's fine, no problem. Having the other characters out there on the front now is perfect, because you need more characters that are showing more empowerment for women and young girls. You need that.
Right.
You have Aquaman, people who are interested in something completely different than Gotham and Metropolis.
Right.
I like having those things on, like the Flash TV series. It's one of the best TV shows on.
It is, yeah.
So why not do something with that? Now, given we have the Flash TV series, we don't necessarily need a Flash movie right now.
Right.
We could have a rebooted Green Lantern or Aquaman, which we're getting, which is going to be great. Or some of the other characters, like Lightning, Shazam. Anybody in the Justice League, I think, would be great. Doing a Netflix series of some of the characters from the Justice Society. Awesome.
Well, I thought that's where Legends of Tomorrow is going with
That's where Legends of Tomorrow is going, but I mean them by themselves, not Legends.
Okay.
Live action Teen Titans would be
some stuff.
Awesome.
Some stuff for me is very too much already. Like, I know they're about to be doing Runaways now, and I finally finished Jessica Jones, but for me, so for me, it's just kind of like it's becoming a little too much at this point. Like,
for me, it feels like it's too much if the writing isn't good.
Yeah. And I felt Jessica Jones sort of just dragged on to the point where I'm just like, dude, how many times can you lock this dude up? And like, we know he has these powers. You know he's gonna trick somebody. It's this cat and mouse game for me that
goes too long.
It lost its sort of steam after a while.
For me, 10 episodes of Jessica Jones is fine, but
that would have been fine. 13, no.
This is what I would have done. Even 13 was fine, but that storyline with Kilgrave, which is like just a funky name anyway.
6.
I would have stopped it at 6.
Yeah.
No more than 7.
Yeah.
And then introduce a potential bad or recovery period.
Right.
And then move on to another story as a cliffhanger for the second season.
I think you're absolutely right, because I think at least with Daredevil, which I didn't finish.
What?
I haven't finished because for me, one of the problems is the reacting situation. Is the fact that I gotta set up the camera and make sure I look decent enough for an hour recording like that. And I have an hour that I can't with Jessica Jones. I was like, fuck it, I can't do it anymore. So I just started watching it in doses, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes throughout the day, like that. And I finally got through it. But with Daredevil, because people...
You gotta watch it straight through.
Yeah, people want to see the reaction or whatever. I gotta make sure everything's good to go. So I haven't finished it yet. Maybe sometimes this week, I don't know. But at least with Daredevil, Matt had a few things going on. And then as well as... I think that's where Jessica Jones...
and introductions to other characters.
That's where Jessica Jones sort of got a little weak in the fact that one of the main guys, side characters that was interesting, Luke Cage, disappeared halfway through the season, and it was kind of like, so can we get back to this other interesting guy? Because this thing with Jessica Jones and her best friend and this discount Steve Rogers. Don't tell me you didn't see that. That was discount Steve Rogers the entire way.
Because I saw him from another
TV hairstyle. Show. He was popping pills to get the super serum
I'm
type
trying
of
to
deal.
think of the name of the character. For whatever reason, it slips my mind. But he played that character very well, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in the second season.
Homeland. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
just like...
So I was like, dude, just discount Steve Rogers, dude. Like, I was like, come on, man. And then once they started doing the drug thing, and he had like his super serum kick or whatever, I'm just like, wow, he really is a discount Captain America now.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where the character comes from.
Ah, okay.
I got to look up his name later because I can't remember it, but that's actually what happens, and he's popping them because they're trying to replace.
No, that makes it. Well, and that was one of the things for me. I think there came a point, especially around the time San Diego Comic-Con came out, when all the trailers started dropping. I was just like, man, this is all starting to go on like repeat now. But what I will say is that I just saw the Luke Cage trailer, and at least that one looks like it's less of a basic Netflix formula, Marvel Netflix formula now with a sepia tone, and now it's starting to look like
color.
Or just, not even just color, just it has its own identity to it. And you actually met the guy, right?
Yeah. So I met Michael Coulter, and he's super nice, man. Freaking massive, dude. Yeah. Like I'm sitting.
He dwarfed you in the photo.
Dude, I'm sitting down watching. We watched the first 3 episodes, and they're great.
Oh, really?
Like, by the end of the 3rd episode, we're all sitting there like this, like, what? That's it? That's it? And it's like, we're sorry, we can only show you the first 3 today. And I'm like, oh. Because it did end on a good note to make you want to watch the next one. I like shows like that where you don't know what's going on, and you have that feeling of, I gotta see more.
I'm just trying to figure out Netflix Japan. Where the fuck was my invitation for that? Because I would have loved to do a reaction on that, like sitting right next to Luke Cage and be like, "Oh, where the fuck is the rest?" Oh, sorry, dude. Like,
We're sitting down and we're doing the Q&A, and then he goes to say his thank yous and say, "Hey man, let's get a photo." Or it's like Luke Cage asked me for a photo. That's pretty bomb.
Did he recognize you?
Because some people I explained to him who I was like, wait a second, I've seen him on some of these commercials and billboards in Japan, and it's like, that's him. He's like, hey man, respect, keep up the good work. And I was like, respect back to you, man, because he is very humble, very, very personable, polite, and professional.
Good. Which is a rare thing to find.
It is,
even in Japan, Hollywood land.
So going up to him to talk to him and or whatever, dude stood up and was like, and he just keeps going. Like, damn.
He does, and that was the interesting thing. like in Jessica Jones, he didn't actually come off as a really huge dude for some reason.
He came off as being slightly like just about average height.
Yeah.
No.
Which makes me think of like the girl that played Jessica Jones. How tall is she? Because
she's also wearing boots.
Which
Which helps. It helps because the balance.
Right.
Seriously, bruh. I was like, "Are you wearing boots?" He's just got regular dress shoes. And I was like, "Damn, he's huge." And not just height. Like he's a big guy. He really did put on some weight and work out for his role.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, respect.
Awesome.
But anyways,
but it's
a good show. When it comes out, definitely check it out because I enjoyed it, and I'd like to know what you think about it. Get some feedback for it.
I will definitely. Any other shows you're looking forward to? Of course, Flash is coming up soon. Defenders,
just because Luke Cage is supposed to be somewhere in there, and I want to see his character paired with Iron Fist to see what the chemistry is with them. And any other Easter egg type characters that'll pop in and out, cameos. Flash, 100% yes. Supergirl, 100% yes.
Supergirl,
yes.
I'm actually intrigued now with it being on the CW. So
because they're introducing Superman, or because it's on CW?
A little bit of both, actually. The news about the musical, no. But like,
and that's because of fans. And I'm like, really?
That's a little too much. Stop listening to the Tumblr feeds, man. It's like,
After meeting Tyler in the Comic-Con 2010 and 2013, then again this year, and him being announced as Superman, is like, dude.
Oh, so you actually?
He's really put in work.
He looks good.
Yeah. He does.
He looks. I mean,
he's always been pretty physical and buff. But watching his progression from 2010 to now, it's like he really put in some hard work for it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this character.
I'm looking forward to you popping up as Val-Zod, right?
Dude, oh dear God, I would love that. Val-Zod
confirmed.
John Stewart, I'm okay with either one of them. John Stewart, Green Lantern, I'm okay with both.
Deadshot in the CW version.
No, because they've already had him in Arrow.
You could be the new guy
with the same name.
Yeah, it works for Jason Bourne, right?
That's okay.
There you go.
I don't mind.
Deadshot like that. If you guys are in Japan, make sure you keep an eye out on this channel or DC Sun's channel to see about Suicide Squad coming up. We got some good stuff. My Joker jacket is on its way. We got some.
I ordered my Deadshot costume, and it hasn't arrived. I got the mask, and it's too big.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it the white?
Yep.
Are you doing the football thing? What's this? Oh shit.
Ryuza.
Oh really?
But
this is
don't show the inside.
Okay.
Because the movie's not technically out here in Japan yet. There's a insert poster of Miss. Yeah.
Hey, hotness.
For those who
they should see that.
This they can see because it's actually at the bookstore.
Hotness.
What's up, Harley?
Yeah. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, I go Suicide Squad for her.
I commit suicide for her. Okay, yeah. And I really like the design of what they did. I'm glad they're promoting these other shows in here as well.
So yeah, when you go into any of the stores here in Japan, like Tsutaya, they have a was it Hit List? I think it's called. And basically, they're showing different DC property TV shows and things and how they tie up or. I think that's nice. They're doing it now because they didn't have that years ago.
Right. If you buy, Warner Brothers, good job on that. By the way, if you go to Yokohama, the BVS statues are there right now.
Yeah, there's a couple sets that are floating around for the promotion, which I think is great because having them in different areas, not just in central Tokyo, is good.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good promotion. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this one up. We're good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Yeah, we're gonna get some other videos out the way here. Make sure again, check out DC Sun's channel as well. What days do you?
And Akasan's channel, obviously.
Of course. Yeah, we're here. What channel? What days are you thinking about? When?
So for those who may not know, because of what happened in San Diego at the Comic-Con, I'm cutting back on a few things also because I have several different movie promotion things I have to do. So time constraints, and I don't want to keep people hanging. So I'm looking at a Tuesday, Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Or Tuesday, Thursday, and I'll switch up between Saturday and Sunday.
Good idea, yeah.
Just to keep things fresh and keep things going because I got stuff that I want to talk about anyway. And there's a lot of feedback and a lot of things that I want to answer for some fans that I've had come up, so don't want to keep people waiting too long.
Sounds
so
good.
For those that have been waiting, sorry for the wait, I apologize. And I'll have something out for you shortly.
Sounds good. All right, guys, we're out.
Keep it
Peace.
super.
That's me.
That's us right there.
Hi.
What's up, Japan?
Is it only in Japan?
It's the internet.
Stole
Man.
my entire
The internet. It's everywhere.
It's the red
internet
dreaded
reaches
nation.
most areas. The internet
Hi
primarily
everybody.
only streams
Hello.
in Japan.